Petaluma Adult School is where I teach, and we were lucky enough to get chosen for the OTAN pilot. And I was able to receive 22 licenses for free through OTAN. So we were very grateful to be a part of this pilot. I teach a low intermediate class, and I decided to use those licenses primarily with my class. So I have about 18 students this semester. And then I offered the other licenses, the other 4, to our high intermediate teacher. So it was the low intermediate and high intermediate students who expressed an interest in using Voxy outside of class that we signed up for the 22 licenses. So I'm just going to share some of the best practices that I discovered with you today, and hopefully you'll have some questions and can feel free to ask those either as we go or when I'm finished. But I would say what originally interested me with Voxy was I had heard that it was excellent for career training for low beginner students. And I would say actually after getting in and working with it, I would probably recommend this for intermediate level students and above, just in terms of the amount of material that's available. There are many more lessons available for intermediate level and above. Also, I should mention that our low beginner students or beginners in our program are typically, 35, age 35, 40 and up, typically have limited education in their home countries. Most actually have left school at the elementary or middle school level back home. And so for those reasons, I would say if you happen to have beginner level students who are in their 20s, highly proficient, maybe have a university degree in their home country, they might really want to jump in and use this. But just with our population, I would say intermediate level and above would be the best target. I really appreciated the opportunity to meet with Courtney because Courtney, I guess just like the students needed somebody to walk them through the program, I really benefited from having a meeting with Courtney where Courtney really walked me through the program and as the instructor. And she gave me the idea that, she said, really, you should incorporate some of these Voxy lessons into your classroom lessons. And so once I started doing that, I realized, okay, we kind of worked through these lessons together so they could see how the lessons worked. And then I would assign it for homework. So again, I think assigning it for homework really builds in some accountability, because if you just say, okay, go use Voxy, but there's never real checking in, then it may or may not happen. So at this point now, I would say 8, from looking at the command center, 8 of the 22 original students enrolled in the pilot are still using the program. And so that was a big lesson for me that even when they know how to use it and have gotten on board with it, you'll have a small group who are super excited and use it a lot. But I would say the majority of users still really need that teacher encouragement and involvement to keep the students involved with using the program. So, however, I will say for the people who are using it, it's highly effective. For the students who are highly engaged, they made 7 and 10-point gains on their CASAs. And even for the students who are considered low engagement at this point, they averaged 6-point gains. And in fact, one made a 12 or 14-point gain. I didn't include her in the average because it would have skewed the average up, but most of them averaged 6 points, and then one person went 12 or 14 points up. So super, super effective for helping students on that CASAS test.